Okay, so how to find an x-intercept for your graph on the calculator. You need to be able to, first of all, see the x-intercept. So where the graph touches the x-axis. You need to be able to see that. So the first step, I guess we could write that down. Make sure you can see the x-intercept that you're wanting to find. Okay, on screen. That's really the first step. Make sure you can see the x-intercept on the screen. The second step would be to go to second function trace to get to your calculate menu. Okay? So second function, actually we'll just do second trace to get to calculate menu. Whoa, with an E. That's weird. Once you get there, look at the list of the things on the screen here so far. Okay? Now, what would be closest to an intercept? A little tough to maybe see here. These things you don't know, that's calculus stuff. You'll maybe figure that out if you get into calculus. Intersect would be between two graphs where they cross. A maximum and a minimum, that would be where there's the lowest point or a highest point. So the 0 is actually what we're interested in. Okay? So hit number 2, 0. So step 3, press 2 for 0. And then you get this screen right here. Okay? Now, when you get to this screen, left bound, okay? What the calculator is asking you for is, what is the left boundary? So the graph is going to come and intersect. Can you guys grab that door, please? Thank you. The graph is going to intersect the x-axis. We have to tell the calculator what is the leftmost boundary and then what is the rightmost boundary. Shut the door, please. Not now. We're busy. So what you need to do is you need to cursor over somewhere, and this is actually fine because the intercept is down here. So this is somewhere onto the left. I'm going to get a little bit closer. So cursor over, and then when you know you're just to the left of where the intercept is, you hit enter. And you see this little arrow comes up on the screen. Okay, and that represents your left boundary. Now the calculator is asking you, okay, what is the right boundary? So here is where you cursor over, and again, we have a difficult time seeing exactly where it is, but look at the y values. When they switch to negative, you know you're underneath the x-axis. So something like this would be a good right boundary, just to the right of where the intercept is. Okay? So press 2 for 0, and then use cursor to select right boundary and left boundary. These are points just to the left of the intercept and just to the right. And that should look, again, on your screen just like this right here. You have these two arrows. And again, I apologize, these numbers are sort of in the way, but you would see that they are to the left and to the right. I'm just going to actually fix this for us. Okay, so this is where the x-intercept is going to be, right about there. All right, and again, I'm going to have to do this over again because I reset it. But second function trace, we'll do 2 for 0. Left boundary, okay, where's my cursor? Okay, I see it coming down the screen now, though. This is definitely to the left of the intercept that I'm looking for, so anywhere around there is fine. And then I go to the right, and so now you can see, now see the cursor is just to the right of where this intercept is. Hit enter. Now it's going to say guess, so you just hit enter once again, and the calculator will then exactly determine where the 0 is. So a couple things on this screen. The x value where this line crosses is at exactly 5.31. This value right here, you may say, well, that's not 0. That should be 0. But you have to, what happens with the calculator is really a line is a collection of an infinite number of points. That's what makes up a line. Now the calculator sees, you know, maybe 1,000,000 points right around there. So it's saying, oh, I'm going to pick this point, and it's going to be very close to the axis, but it might just be off the axis a little bit. So negative 1.1 times 10 to the power of negative 11, that's negative 1. That's 0 point, and then 10 zeros, 1, 1. So that's pretty much 0, right? That's about as close to 0 as you know the calculator is going to get. So don't worry about this number. This here now is your intercept. The x-intercept is 5.31. And in the context of this question, we guessed about 5.3, right? So 5.31. All right, so let's just finish that up. Use the cursor. Okay. Whoa. So when the calculator asks you to guess, you just press enter, and the calculator will then guess the intercept. That x value is actually the intercept in the form of x comma 0. So the intercept in this case would be 5.31 comma 0. And if this was the trajectory of a golf ball, which is the case in this question, we are finding where the golf ball, or when the golf ball hits the ground, or hits the y equals 0 point here, right, the ground, and that would be after 5.31 seconds that it hits the ground. Does that make sense? Yes?
Yeah, it does. Yes.
Okay, so these steps should be written on the back of your paper there. That's how you find an exact intercept on your TI-83 graphing calculator.